Hi, this is Krista at the Secret Yarnery. Welcome to Crochet Podcast, episode 130. Thanks for inviting me over. If you are new to this channel, my name is Krista, and this is my Secret Yarnery. This channel is all about crochet and crochet-related goodness, so if any of that is of interest to you, consider hitting, where's my subscribe button? There it is, that button under this video right now, so you don't miss out on any fun stuff just like this. Today I'm going to share with you my latest finished object, plus we are turning over a new leaf here in the Secret Yarnery. We are moving on after completing Stack in the Back, but don't panic, you're going to love it. But until then, I want to congratulate the winner from last week's episode, episode 129. Congratulations to Cheryl. Congratulations, Cheryl. Thank you so much for entering. She says, I love the new format. Sad that was the last stack in the back, but loved the stack. Your veranda is so lovely and serene. What an amazing house. Oh, thank you. I was totally in heaven when your unboxing popped up. Got myself a cup of coffee and sat down for a good hit of Secret Yarnery goodness. I am so for a putting away video. Please, love your videos. Thank you so much, Cheryl. Send me an email, krista@secretyarnery.com, and I will send you my latest pattern. And if you want to win a free pattern, don't worry, just keep watching and I'll tell you how to do it. What is in the yarnery today? On my sofa here, I have two of my Egg-tastic blankets out, my original, my OG, and the one I just made for the tutorial. So those are sitting out. I also have my ultimate rose bouquet in all of its glory, my huge crochet yoga ball, and what else can you see? Oh, my lion head, Sadai's back. Yolanda's like, I miss Sadai. So Sadai is my big lion head back there. It's actually a lot bigger than you would think. So he is sitting there at the back wall. He used to be over in that corner behind the door, just kind of sitting up on the bookcase, but now he is in his own reigning glory over on the back wall there. And now it's time for finished objects. It's been a while, right, since I've had a finished object that I can share with you. So this is, oh no, that's not the right one. This is, no, that's not the right one. This is the right one. I will show you how I got this far, but first, this is my finished object. That little cutie right there, it is a pansy. It is a pansy granny square, one piece. Not like a little applique that you stitch on. It is really a granny square pansy. It's a pansy granny square. Also made into the Bloomscape Cal block for the Bloomscape Cal, which is a new flower center for the same block every month. And we're joining that up into a blanket at the end of the year, but I'll be sharing a bit more about that later. Shh, I didn't say a word. So this is my finished granny square, my finished object. These are all the variations I made. Some look very similar, some look very good, but they're just not quite right. So I made all of those, even one's hiding under there. A couple are hiding. So a ton of different variations. I think this is a good one. That's a good one. These two are good. Okay. This one, the lavender or the dark purple has to go along the bottom, I guess. But I did see some flowers that looked like that. And this was one I also liked. I don't know why I didn't finish it. Maybe I did double crochets for 2 rows. I don't know. So there's another one. Here's one with purple all the way around the edge. But Kim said no, this had to be lavender at the top there. So I followed her advice. Where is it? Oh, that's a bad one. Is that a good one or a bad one? That's a bad one. There's no purple at the bottom. Kim's like, that's the wrong kind. This is the right kind, right there. So you can see the different variations I've made. Trying to get it to look like a pansy. Like a pansy. And I thought I was close every time. Alas, not that close. Even tried with different colors, putting in a little black center, different shades of yellow. I think I started with these You know, like 3 flowers, 3 petals, all of these are all sitting there. I think this is good. I think this is ready to keep being worked on. I don't think I've messed that one up yet. Put that up in the good pile. So that is what it looks like to create in the Secret Yarnery. And what I got out of it, 3 granny squares. So I got none of those at all. Out of this whole pile, I got one. This one here, I think, is the only one that is, well, the rest are fine. There's nothing wrong with it. It's just not as good as they could be. So out of all of that, I'll show you what I got, what I have to show for it. So after all this trying, I have 3 that worked out, or that I'm happy with. So 2 Bloomscape from my Bloomscape Cal, and 1 gorgeous one that's filmable. I think there's another one of those somewhere. I just don't know where it is right now. So that, all this mess here resulted in these 3 here. Crazy, right? A lot of effort, I guess. It was a lot of time, a lot of trying, a lot of sleeping on it, be like, oh, I think I got it, and wake up in the morning being like, nope, doesn't look like that. So finally got there. I hope you have seen the tutorial. If you haven't, I'll link it in the cards up above and the description box down below. It's both in right and left-handed. So if you are left-handed or know someone who is, I got you covered. And now, Bloomscape Cal update. Yes, absolutely. It is time for the Bloomscape Cal update. So you know I have my 2, well, one, I sewed the tails. The other one I still have to sew in my outside tails. So these 2 gorgeous ones, ready for the Bloomscape Cal to be stitched on. And here, if you're wondering what is this Bloomscape Cal all about, are you ready for it? This is what the Bloomscape Cal is all about. So these are the first 6 that are joined together. 1 new flower center every month into the same block that we're joining into a gorgeous like garden throw at the end of the year. So after 1 more flower, April's flower, I'm going to join 3 more onto here for a total of my 9. But I am doing a total of 2 of every center for like a good size, like a twin size blanket for me. But all of the measurements and what you have to do is part of the playlist and also the written pattern for the square and also for the flowers. So these are coming along great, and this will be the next edition. And if you haven't started your Bloomscape Cal, it is not too late. If you like the look of it, if you want to partake, it's just a new granny square every month, a new center, and we do the same block, the same box or the same block around it. So really easy to do, really fun. And you can make it any size. So if you just do 1 Bloomscape block every month, it'll be a really nice, it's gonna be, I thought it was gonna be baby blanket size, but it is going to be twice this big. So that's still pretty good. It's like a lapgan size. And then if you do 2 or 3 or 4 of each square will be like a king size. So lots of options for that if you like the look of it. You could also do the same blanket just using all. Like you could do a whole bunch of 1 flower and have a pansy flower or a pansy flower blanket. So many options, right? So that is the Bloomscape Cal. Super excited about it, and also can't wait for the next one. Woo! I'm so excited. And now before I continue with all of the crochet glory, I want to give a big thank you to all of my channel members. Thank you so much for helping me make more videos. And if you're wondering how to join, there's a little button underneath the video right beside where you can subscribe, where you can join. And if you can't join, even just a thumbs up and sharing the video really helps. So thank you all so much for helping me make more videos. And now it's time for temperature blanket update. So excited. So yesterday was our monthly catch-up, our temperature blanket catch-up. So now that I'm caught up, I can show you what my temperature blanket looks like. And if you don't know what a temperature blanket is, I did a whole video of like an ultimate guide for everything you need to know about making a temperature blanket. So I'll also link that in the cards down below. So these are my colors that I am using. I inverted it. So my cold colors are hot and my hot colors are cold. Are you ready for it? You almost don't know which way's up anymore. Okay, ready? Shut your eyes. Okay, here it is. Isn't that getting to be great? Love it. Love it. Can you see all those colors? I hope I showed you properly. I couldn't see a thing. So we've finally gotten to like the colder weather. I was so happy about the hot. Let me show you this way. So it's 1 row a day, but I don't do it every day. I do it like a couple times a month. Recording the high temperatures at my house. So this is January and this is March. So all this purple was like our burning hot days. And now we're moving on to cooler weather. It's just gorgeous. Gorgeous, gorgeous, gorgeous. I think so, my personal opinion. Can't wait for it to go across my bed. It's a twin size with drape, or it'll fit across a queen size. But it has a good drape. It would actually probably drape across a queen size as well, but it might use a little bit of the tassels. So definitely great for a twin size bed, but you could of course make yours any size. It doesn't have to be the same size mine is. And now it's time for your comments. My favorite part of the show, just saying, I do love Stack in the back. I do miss you Stack. But your comments, highlight of my week for sure. The first comment is from Jacqueline. Hi, Jacqueline. She says, the next thing I would love to see is a crochet along for the Granny Square bag. It was the first thing you pulled out of the final stack, and you mentioned you didn't have a tutorial for left-handed. You mentioned a couple of things you would have done differently. As for your blanket, I love them both. I loved your unboxing. I have seen them all, and I love seeing when you put them away as well. Well, thank you so much, Jacqueline, and big hugs to you and the boys. The next comment is from Lee Allen. Lee says, I would love seeing a put away yarn video. After Stack in the Back, you could do some whip ones, but that wouldn't take too many weeks maybe. You could do some more out and about and short trip videos. I always love those. The size of the second circle quilt is a manageable one. I really do like them both. I like bright colors. Me too, and thank you so much, and I'm so glad you liked those out and abouts. I'm wondering what I could do now or what you'd like to see out and about in Nairobi. So if you have any suggestions for me, leave it in the comments. Also, if you want to see more out and abouts, you can check out my other channel, TSY After Party. I have a lot more out and about, lots of it in my yard with my pets and stuff like that. So that's on TSY After Party if you want to check that out. And now, your questions. It is similar to comments, right? But these are questions, so get ready. The first question is from Victoria. She says, hello, Krista. I subscribed today, but have been a secret follower for a while. My favorite circle blanket was your first one. I do have a question. What is the other word to explain what ropey means to describe yarn? I think of hard and stiff like dishcloth yarn. To answer your question on what to do next, I'm a senior and I would like to make some quick, unusual items to hopefully sell at local craft fairs for extra money. I think videos of that nature would be fun and interesting. Thanks for all you do and being company for me in my living room. Oh, thank you so much, Victoria. That's amazing, and thank you so much for sharing. How would I describe ropey yarn? Kind of like dishcloth, super high-end dishcloth. You know how dishcloth yarn, it doesn't squish down. If you pinch it, it still has some body to it. Like you can't make it disappear between your fingers like a soft yarn. You can like go, but with a ropey yarn, it's like, oh, it's still in the middle of your fingers. Gelato is a little bit like that. It's always still a little bit in your fingers. But what I did here in the comments, I should have put that one on here, is that gelato works great for making roses. Very, very true. And you get so many great colors from one ball of yarn or one pack. Imagine. And the colors would already go together because they already look great in the cake. And I like the idea of what to make for craft fairs. If you have any suggestions, let us know in the comments down below, but I think that's a great idea. The next question is from Lindsay Limes. She says, hi, I'm new to your channel. Have you ever used t-shirt yarn? Yes, I have. Back in the day when I was first kind of starting my adult crochet journey, I needed t-shirt yarn. It was something I was super passionate about. I got a whole bunch of it and I made this huge mandala rug. Well, not huge, 1.5 meter mandala rug. I don't know what happened to it. When we moved, I don't know if I never sewed in my tail. So there was 2 tails or 3 tails or 4 tails sticking out, but I don't know what happened to it. And I'm like regretful. I didn't write down the pattern. So that's an oof. Don't lose your t-shirt yarn rug. Moral of the story. Sandy Harvey asks, I want to know if the bag is lined, and if so, do you have a tutorial for it? I like the work of the second one, but I prefer the colors and the border of the first one. So it's a little mix and match for me. The colors are more my style on the first one. Thanks, Krista. Well, thank you so much, Sandy. The project bag, the Granny Square project bag is not lined, but I did do a whole playlist for a Granny Square lined bag, like a messenger bag with a lining. So if that's of interest to you, I'll try to find that playlist and put it in the cards. But that's what it looks like. But that one is lined for sure and easy to do. And if you have a question for me, let me know in the comments under this video so I can answer in an upcoming podcast. Now, if you would like to win a free pattern, this is what you have to do. Are you enjoying yourself? Go ahead and hit this button under this video right now so you don't miss out on any more fun content just like this. Yes, you have to be a subscriber of the channel, and you also have to answer question of the week. Question of the week is, how do you follow tutorials? Do you watch them with your eyes with sound? Do you watch them with your eyes without sound? Do you listen to them and like not look at the TV screen? Or do you listen and watch? I found it very fascinating that different people use tutorials in different ways. If you're crocheting beside your husband, people like the captions and no sound so they don't disturb their husband. Some people want the full long explanation, the full tutorial, so they don't have to look at it. They can just hear me and they know what I'm saying. They know what to do without watching the screen. So you tell me how you follow tutorials in the comments. And next week I will be picking a subscriber who answers the question to win a free pattern. And now, news of the week. Great news in Kenya. It has been raining. So happy. So grateful, so happy, so good to have the rain. We've had a massive drought and now we're having, I'd like to say massive rains, but we had some massive rains. Right? Was that not crazy? I hopped on straight and did a little live on this channel just to share it with you. That was after the Friday live chat on Friday, and I was sitting outside hoping that it was going to rain before we were finished our live chat. And of course, Murphy's Law, we finished about 10 minutes later, huge rainstorm. So that just goes to show what happens in 10 minutes in African weather. There was also a crazy lightning storm yesterday. It was great. I talked about it a little bit in yesterday's Aussie edition live chat, but it was just, there was a big cloud with lightning in it. But kind of cool, right? You can't hear any thunder. And that lasted for like 45 minutes. It was amazing. So I did film a little bit of that, and I'm going to put that up for TSY after party, the Secret Yarnery after party after the Friday live chat, if you like to see the full version. Other news, organizing. It's like spring cleaning is in the air, right? So I'm organizing, I'm rewriting, reformatting, rewriting my written patterns, of which apparently there's 123 or something like that, 125. I have no idea I had that many patterns. I thought it was 60, and then I thought it was 65. I'm like, I have 65 patterns, but then I forgot that that was like a year ago, and I do a pattern a week. So like 120 something patterns. I have redone probably 35. right now. So I have 35 totally redone into a glorious new format that's all pretty and cute. So pretty. I feel like it's a little bit more modern. All the links are really cute. Everything is linked in each pattern, so you can get all your supplies. You can watch either right-handed and left-handed videos, and I think it just looks really kind of great. I'm personally like super happy about it. So eventually all of those patterns will be uploaded to the website, and you'll be able to download the new version straight from secretyarnery.com. So I'm really looking forward to getting all that done, but it is a lot of work. It's a lot of work, so it'll take me some time. So for the next couple weeks, that's what I'm going to be doing. I'm also organizing them into categories that work for me. So how I would think to look for my pattern, and then what I'm going to do, I'm going to translate that from how I store my patterns to how I store my tutorials on YouTube, so you will be able to find my patterns just in the same order that I would find them here. So if it's a blanket, it's in the blanket binder or the blanket playlist. If it's a granny square, it's in the granny square playlist. And if it is plants and flowers playlist, etc., so that your tutorials, you can find your tutorials the same way that I find my patterns. So I think that'll just be a lot easier. I also want to redo the shopping on the website to match the same categories, I suppose. So if you're looking for a specific pattern, it will be in the same category, no whether you're shopping on Etsy, my website, or looking for tutorials on my channel. Oh, so it's gonna take me like a month, I swear. I can't even do 10 patterns a day. I could probably do like 6 patterns a day. So in about a month, it'll all be squeaky clean and brand new, and I'm super excited. Let's say 2 months. Let's say by your summer and my winter, right? Give me a couple months. But I'm so excited to have everything like just cleaned up. No more stragglers. So next week, we're starting a whole new segment to replace stack in the back, and you are going to love it. I'm gonna love it, and you are gonna love it too. So I'm super excited about that, but until then, it's a surprise. I know, right? So have a super great week. Thanks for joining me, and I'm waiting for you in that video right there. Stay hooked.